Hello, this is RGK and today I'm showing you Owlboy by D-Pad Studios. As you can see, it's gorgeous. The pixel art is amazing. And we are playing Otus, kind of an oil person. He can fly right from the start of the game and grab things. So these are his two main abilities because he cannot really fight well by himself. And it's quite surprising for a platformer to let you fly from the beginning. Usually it's at the very end. So to get health back you can just pick up a fruit and eat it. And otherwise to fight you need to grab this person, the friend of Otus, Geddy. And if I don't want him, but I can just throw him. Look, doesn't hurt him, doesn't have a health bar, so it's completely fine. And that's how you fight. You pick up someone and you use like for Geddy his blaster. Later you get a character with a shotgun, and that's kind of like the abilities that you need. Like the powers are from the characters that you pick up and they let you get past certain obstacles. So it's kind of like a Metroidvania vibe, but I think in this instance it's more of Zelda. So in classic platformers you had just like specific levels, one level, then the next and the next. And then you had the Metroidvanias, which are like a sprawling labyrinth of interconnected rooms. And this one is more like Zelda in the sense that you have like a semi-open world, a main hub or like a few different hubs connected to like temples. Here we are in a temple, so it's more in the style of Zelda, and also it's very heavy on small puzzles to get through the level, so you'll often have to find things to activate and so on, and there is also some combat. So as you can see here, I'm using my blaster for combat. So earlier I was collecting a chest, so you have some coins to collect and you eventually get improvement to your abilities. And as you can see, some of these chests and coins are really well hidden, and I really dislike this idea of just a wall that looks like a wall but that you can actually go through. I really hate this sort of level design, because then it meant that to 100% the game I had to bump into every single wall, and here it was on the ground, and usually I'm in the air, so I wouldn't have thought about like bumping into every single pixel on the ground as well, and it's really annoying. I really hated that, especially since it's to get a final enhancement to the flight, so you get much faster. But usually if you get that like eventually at the very end, when you had all the coins everywhere in the game, means that you have already finished the game. Why would you need an ability once you're done with the game already? It should have come earlier. So yeah, anyway, you have a few cutscenes here and here, but let's go to the options menu for now. You have everything you might want. You cannot change the resolution, but makes sense for 2D game, but you can have full screen on and off. And the controls are really good. You can change if you want to display for Xbox or PlayStation and so on. And for the keyboard, you can rebind everything, and it just plays so well. I prefer mouse and keyboard. With a controller you have some auto aim, and I don't really like to aim like that. Alright, now I'm bringing you to another area. It's one of the main hubs, and as you can see, night is falling. It's really beautiful, and to think that they even have a day and night cycle for a 2D pixel art game, that's really crazy. Yeah, this game took about 10 years to be made, and it's no wonder with like the really beautiful graphics. Alright, so some fights. As you can see, the problem is that the fights are a bit static. So now I have the shotgun guy and I need to recharge. It's really powerful, and that's why it takes a long time to recharge, so you don't spend all your time like just using the shotgun, and you need to switch between characters. And now that I have shotgun, like, so the power is to be able to open certain areas like these vines. So as you can see, the shotgun, whenever I shoot, the screen flashes red. Look a bit. Yeah. I don't think this is good. I mean, it makes the shotgun feel really powerful, but the problem is that also it's not clear if while this happened I was hit by an enemy or not, so it's not so well done. But I can appreciate, like, you know, that the combats are not, you're not brain dead, just shooting. You have to think what you're doing, but at the same time it's quite static because you're flying, so you cannot just jump off or do these sort of things. So I don't find the combat all that fun in this game, except of course for boss fights, where it makes much more sense to think about what you're doing. But here most of the main fights that you have everywhere are, yeah, not exactly so fun. And yeah, and with the level design as well, I didn't find it extraordinary. You have some really cool levels, for instance, invasion of a pirate spaceship. Not spaceship, sorry, a pirate ship. But here you have this level in the dark, and it's quite annoying. You see, it's not very fun to navigate like that. And the pirate one, for instance, it was really lovely. You really felt like you were in a war situation, and lots of stuff happening in the background, and the cool fights against the pirates. But the problem is that every time you were detected, the camera would zoom on a door to lock it, and then if you get out of sight of the pirate, the camera goes back to the door to unlock it, and so on. And it, like, little details that are not so good, you know. And with the hidden walls as well that you have to, I mean, hidden walls with all the walls that you have to get through to access some secrets, I didn't find the level design to be so good. I mean, I played Shantae and Rive recently, which had much better level design and much better combat. So what does Owlboy have? Well, the graphics for one. And also I found that the story was actually quite interesting. Usually I don't really care much for stories, but here the dialogues between the characters was really fun, smart and witty, and it has a lot of heart. And it was really good to see what they have to say, and also like the friendship part. Well, usually, yeah, you know, they're just talking about friends and so on, but here you have to use your friends to make progress in the game. It's like the gameplay and the story are intertwined together. I mean, the theme and the gameplay, which is really smart in a way. And same, you have that bad guy, the leader of the pirates. They don't say that, oh, he's super bad, he's super mean, and then you have a final boss fight and you kill him. No, here you see him destroying a city, so it's not like it's show, don't tell. It's not like, yeah, they are just gonna brag about him and then nothing much happens. It's they really show him doing stuff and making him more threatening, which is really well done. I'm trying to find, oh yeah, here it is. Again, hidden wall. That's really annoying. I knew it because I've already bumped into every single wall of the game. So yeah, this is a good game, but it falls short here and there. It's not perfect, but I still had a really good time with it. It's a good game, not a masterpiece. Okay, and I think I want to talk to you also about the Canon challenge, so I'm just gonna switch to that very soon. Okay, here we are, the Canon challenge. So as I mentioned earlier, if you want to get all the coins to unlock the final ability, which is already too late because you finished the game, you also need to get through this challenge. There are some coins, I mean, I already got them, and bam. Yeah, so there are some coins to collect in here. And I would have wished that this was just like, you know, a bonus mini game to get an achievement, but here it's kind of part of what you need to do to get all the coins that would be here originally. And it's really hard to maneuver, to control, it's going really fast, and it's the kind of thing that you need to do over and over and over again. And you know that flight upwards, it kind of offsets your muscle memory because you spend too many seconds not actually using your fingers. So it's not really helpful, and then you keep repeating because it's really hard, and it's really awful. And I was sad to finish the game. Like, I mean, that's the last thing I did in this game, which kind of gave me a bad final impression, despite the very good ending of the game itself. Because this is just not fun, and I have better things to do with my time than just repeat something over and over again. And some people just say, yeah, get good and so on, but I was in the top 50 for this minigame, and I still didn't find it fun at all. So just to end the video, I'll show you a boss fight. Not one of the main boss fights, but just a funny and cool fight, because you have this monkey very angry that throws hordes of monkeys to fight the player. Yeah. So yeah, my verdict on Owlboy is that it's a good game, and I'm really glad I played it, and I think a lot of people should have it in their collection if they like pixel art or this sort of things. But yeah, it's not so fun overall. I mean, it's smart, but not always very fun. So it's more Zelda than like Metal Slug, let's say, because you're shooting, but it doesn't feel like you're like you're super strong soldier killing everything in your way, which is not what this game was going for. But still, the flight didn't make the combat feel very good, and the shotgun, I understand why the shotgun takes so long to recharge, but it also kind of makes most of the fights kind of drag on, as you can see here. So yeah, overall still had a really good time with Owlboy, except for that cannon challenge and except for having to bump into every single wall of the game. Yeah, so that's about it. I hope you enjoy this video. Bye bye.